Hello, vault dwellers. Welcome in. Welcome to my kitchen. Welcome to the vault. I hope everyone's doing well. Thank you so much for the sub, Doc. Thank you, thank you. Welcome in, Chili. Bailey, you were first today. Welcome in. Luca, welcome in. Sombre, welcome in. Witchy, hello, welcome in. Yes, I have a Vault Tech apron too. It came with my Vault Tech cookbook actually. So this is the cookbook, the official Vault Dweller cookbook, restricted. Only our eyes can see. And it came in a kit. You can get it on Amazon. It comes with the apron and the cookbook. So if you're interested, this is a really cute cookbook. It's got lots of interesting pictures. They've renamed all the recipes, so basically everything has a new name, like mole rat wonder meat dip. That one actually says it, but some of them say like in parentheses what it actually is, like the meat. But today we are making Fancy Lad cakes, and I will post these recipes online in the Discord once I'm done, and we will be making Nuka Cola. So, runs to Amazon. Yes, yes. I got it for Christmas. I was very, I saw it and I was like, I need that. It's the official cookbook and it comes with the apron. Like, how can you not want the apron, right? All right, so without further ado, let's get started. I'm gonna turn this down here. All right, and I even wrote myself a little checklist of all the things I need to do. So, because there is so many time-restricted things, I picked the worst two recipes to make today on stream because they take a lot of time to cool. Well, I cheated, but you won't know that until later. So, to start, we're going to make the marshmallow filling for the Fancy Lad cakes. As you can see in the picture right here, they have like a center filling, and that is a marshmallow cream filling, so we're going to start with that. It takes 30 minutes to chill. So we're going to make the filling first, then we're going to make the cake and bake it, then we're going to continue from there. Oh, why is my chat not working? Also, let me know if the music is too loud or too quiet. I think I have it adjusted. I also figured out what was wrong with my mic last time, and it was apparently I was supposed to charge the bass, and I didn't charge the bass. I was only charging the microphones. So audio should be okay mostly, but if the music is too low or too quiet or too loud, just let me know. I can turn it up or turn it down. The vault is nice. Yeah, we even have a fake light shining in the window over here. All right, so to get started, I gotta take out the butter. So that way we're ready to go. We need room temperature butter and eggs for the cake. Cream cheese. I'm using the third less fat one because there's a lot of fat in cream cheese. marshmallow cream. You won't believe all the crazy stuff I had to buy so I can make these recipes. But I think it's going to be worth it. I hope so. Crossing my fingers. All right, let's see. Vanilla, sugar, and cream. All right. Open up the sugar here. How is everybody doing? Welcome in. Welcome to the stream. Witchy, can you tell me if the audio levels are good? Is the music okay? Am I too loud, too quiet? Is the music too loud or too quiet? Just to verify. And then I had to order more groceries this morning because we didn't have enough in the vault. And we had to hire some wastelanders to deliver us some more ingredients. Oh, and here's another picture of the fancy lag cakes. Hopefully they look that pretty. I don't think mine are going to look that pretty, but we'll see. All right, so I'm going to have to nuke this butter a little bit. So it calls for half a cup of butter. Oh, I gotta flip pages constantly. Half a cup butter. We will nuke this. Minnie! Welcome in, Fougere. Hello. Welcome to the vault. We're doing Fallout cooking today. Fancy lag cakes and Nuka Cola. All right. Our butter is melted. All right, so they say combine the butter, cream cheese, and marshmallow cream in a bowl. So we will do that. Move the bowl over here so y'all can see a little better. We need 1/4 cup of cream cheese. Hello! How are you gonna add the radiation to the recipe? With the microwave! I already, and you know, I had to hire wastelanders to deliver some more ingredients from the wasteland today. So, you know, I'm sure that they're covered in radiation. Oh, this is softer than I thought it was going to be. Okay. I can just cut this and measure it out. I've already added some radiation to our butter in the microwave. Full blast microwave, yes. This is going to be a longer cooking stream than my other cooking streams because this is all going to take a while to make all this stuff. I don't know why I picked so much stuff to cook, but I really wanted to try Nuka Cola and I really wanted to try fancy lag cakes. All right, there is our half a cup of cream cheese. Doesn't help that I'm left-handed, but that's fine. Did you hear about the radioactive shrimp from Walmart? What? Really? For real? Were they recalled? So half a cup of butter, quarter of a cup of cream cheese. We'll probably be using that bowl again later. Maybe it was just here they recalled the shrimp having possible radioactive contamination. That's insane! I mean, it's a good thing they recalled it. Okay, 3/4 of a cup of marshmallow cream. The fact they were radioactive and it slipped by inspection is insane. Yeah, for real. Like, what are we eating? Half the stuff we eat is probably bad. Well, we already know that half the stuff we eat is bad for us. Someone redid the song Video Killed the Radio Star and Radioactive Shrimp from Walmart. Oh my god, that's funny. I love that song. Between that and the killer oysters, we're going through it. Ugh. Yes. It's a miracle that humans are still alive. With all the weird genetic modification of food and all the stuff that is passable by the FDA. Okay, this is so goopy. I haven't used I don't even know what else to use marshmallow cream for. I think I'm gonna have a lot left over. All right, there is our 3/4 cup. Does this have to go in the fridge? Do not microwave in a jar. Could make fudge. flesh-eating bacteria being found in raw oysters right now. Oh my god. 6 people have died? 22 more were hospitalized? Jeez. Okay, yep. See, Fallout World is on the way. Hello, Blue. Welcome in. When I was younger, having the marshmallow with peanut butter as a sandwich was great. Ooh, that sounds good. You did not come in at a good time. Well, actually, you know, I mean, we're talking about Fallout stuff, and stuff in the real world is kind of like Fallout in a way. Came in at a perfect time. We just are starting the filling for the fancy lag cakes. All right, there we go. 3/4 of a cup marshmallow cream, 1/2 cup of butter, and what was it? 1/4 of a cup of cream cheese. Oh God, did I mess that up? Oh, I did. It was 1/4 of a cup of cream cheese. I put in, oh no. Okay, I gotta take some out. Crap. I knew I was gonna mess something up. Too much cream cheese. Oh my God. What a disaster. Okay, that's good enough. This is gonna be interesting. Okay, there we go. 1/2 cup of butter, 1/4 of a cup of cream cheese, and 3/4 of a cup of marshmallow cream. Stop eating canned tuna because of mercury levels? Seafoods are pretty dangerous nowadays? Yeah, the ocean isn't what it used to be. It's only time before lobsters become mirelurks. Only time will tell. All right, into the fridge with you. Oh wait, no, it's not done. Skipping steps. Tablespoon of vanilla. Love a good electric whisk. Shame they make such horrible noise. Yes. And mine is fairly quiet. Sorry that it picks up so loud. What is this? A teaspoon? Tablespoon. Oh, this is not even close to done. Okay, so beat until smooth. Add the sugar. Wait, when do you put in the vanilla? Add the vanilla, beat until smooth. Okay. Okay, and then it's got to have 2 tablespoons of 2 cups. Oh my god, I cannot read today. If this stuff even comes out, because apparently I can't read. All right, so we mix this in, then we're going to add the sugar and the heavy cream. Hey, my mic is picking up other sounds. It didn't before. All right, now 2 tablespoons of heavy cream. Brett, welcome in. Callie, welcome in. You almost skimped on the vanilla. I did. I almost forgot the cream, the sugar, and the vanilla. I was about to put this in the fridge. Just to re-verify so I don't mess it up, 2 tablespoons heavy cream. Then we gotta add the sugar. Powdered sugar. Confectioner sugar. 2 cups. This is gonna be a lot of filling. All right, so I'm gonna mix the cream in first. And then do like about half of the sugar at a time on low. Actually, we're gonna do it in thirds. So this is like when you really feel a sugar craving coming on and you want to have like instant diabetes. Make Fancy Lad cakes and Nuka Cola. The amount of sugar in this recipe and in the frosting and everything, and the amount of sugar in the Nuka Cola is appalling. Nares, welcome in. Your sink is cool. I hate my sink. I absolutely hate it. It's a very shallow dual sink, and I'd rather have a very deep single sink, like stainless steel or something, but it is what it is. Thank you, though. filling is done and ready to go in the fridge. Wait, maybe I can... Oh, that's too much. Now we start the cake. Okay, now I know my butter is not soft enough yet, but that we'll just nuke it to add some radiation for flavor. So it's 2 sticks of butter. In a medium bowl, combine the cake flour, all smooth, blah, blah, blah. Okay, wait. Skipping steps, in large bowl. Cream the butter and sugar together. So butter and sugar first. Wait, this isn't going to be big enough anyway. I may need some of these. I might not. But at least they'll be clean. All right, we gotta nuke the butter. What is the filling? Hey, Genki, welcome in. The filling is butter, cream cheese, marshmallow cream, vanilla, confectioner's sugar, and heavy cream. Can't even make these recipes because I need to lay off the sugar. I have a cookbook and everything, but I have to stay away from the sweets. Yeah, it's understandable. I don't know. I'm going to have to freeze this cake, some of this cake, or give it to my neighbors or something because there's going to be a lot of cake. It even looks like a little heart. What looked like a little heart? You love cake? I do too. You'll take some? Yes! I need you all to help me eat it. If I eat all of it, I'm going to go into a sugar coma. Uh-oh. Gotta be careful. I don't want to get my cookbook wet. Let's move the sugar over here. All right. And we're gonna put this in this bowl. And now we need a cup and 3/4 of sugar for this. Regular sugar. I've been told my butt is a huge cake, but since I sit on it, I can't tell. Doc, that's funny. Alright, we're gonna also get out our cake pan. Now, it calls for a cake pan that is 10 by 15, but my pan is 9 by 12 and an eighth, so it's going to be a very fat cake. So we're gonna cut it differently than how they tell you to cut it. And I'll need to grease it up. To the creamed butter and sugar, add the eggs and vanilla and mix them well. Whoa. Let's move that over there. This over here. Four eggs. And 2 tablespoons of vanilla. Gonna go through a whole bottle of vanilla today, jeez. I wish I could share this with you all because there's going to be way too much cake. You'll understand once we get further along how there's going to be so much cake. And by the looks of it, this is going to be a pretty thick cake. There's not a lot of liquid in it. But then again, I haven't made like a homemade cake in a long time, so... All right. Now, In a medium bowl, combine the cake flour. Okay, so this is where we're getting creative. Jacona, welcome in. Lily, welcome in. Good morning. Excuse me, you're not sharing. I'm on the way to your house right now. Witchy, of course I'm sharing. If you're gonna be here, you'll all head over to my house and just come on over and we'll share it. I'm glad you made it. I ended up starting a little bit later. I was on the phone with my mom, and then I figured out what was wrong with my microphone. Consistency looks like a bit right, or about right. Good. There should be some leftover. Oh, there's gonna be a lot left over. Give me the cake, please. Wish we could, boobs. I know. I wish y'all could be here. Think we can all fit in my car if I don't think about it that hard. Hey, tell your company to send us to send everybody a private jet at their expense, right? Doc, you're not alone. I can't afford to visit anyone either. I can't even afford to visit my mom. She lives 2,000 miles away, and I get to see her about once every 3 years. It's been almost 3 years since I saw her last. And when I get to go see my mom, she usually pays for the ticket because it's a bit pricey. So you want to grease up your pan. Now I'm cooking in glass. So technically you want to lower the temperature because glass is going to cook it faster and it has a potential to burn the sides. So you want to whenever you cook in glass, and you can Google this, you want to lower the temperature of the recipe by 25 degrees. Now, if you've done this before, you probably know if your oven's gonna do it right or not. Mine is usually pretty on it, but I've found that 25 degrees is a little bit too much. And what happens is it takes longer for it to cook. So I'll probably put it close to that, but a little bit higher. Doc, oh my gosh. Your work has a private jet. See, I knew it. It's down the, oh crap. Okay, so we're walking. Everybody pile into Witchy's car. The windshield shattered mid-flight. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Is that a Fallout apron? Yes, it is. It came with the cookbook. So I'll show you the cookbook. It's the official Vault Dwellers cookbook. And it came in a kit on Amazon with the apron. And it's got pockets down here too. It's got 2 pockets. It's a pretty nice canvasy apron as well. I'd be afraid to wash it with anything else because I think the blue dye would definitely bleed out. I last saw my mom in 2014. We're not close. Literally, I'm 10,000 miles away. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'll get in the boot. Oh, that'd be one cool carpool. Yeah, for sure. So now the problem is I could not for the life of me find baking flour or find cake flour at all. I could not find it. So I'm going to have to use regular all-purpose flour, but there's a trick. So what you do is if you need cake flour, and you can Google this too, for every cup of flour, you remove 2 tablespoons of flour and add 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. So that's what we're gonna do. That is the official substitution for cake flour. All right, 3.5 cups of flour. So we need to remove 7 tablespoons of flour and then add 7 tablespoons of cornstarch. They mix baking powder in already. Oh, you have self-rising flour. Oh, is that what I would have wanted? Is that what they consider cake flour? Because I know I saw self-rising flour or bread flour, but I couldn't find specifically cake flour or baking flour. Maybe I was looking for the wrong thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then 1 from here, because this is half a cup. I will just dump it in and then take 1. You gotta, sometimes you don't have everything you need in the vault, so you gotta get creative. Seen bread flour and chopped, but never cake flour. This is starting to feel like math. Oh yes, baking is always math. If we're doing math, I'm leaving. I left that in the past like a toxic ex. Don't worry, I'll do the math for you. As far as I'm aware, I think cake flour has a higher percentage of protein in it, but I can't remember. Baking is an exact science. Yeah, I read about it last night. I can't remember if there's more or less protein in it. It's one way or the other. So now that we have that, let me get the cornstarch. And we need 7 tablespoons of cornstarch to replace the flour we removed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, we got 7 tablespoons of cornstarch in our flour. So now we have our makeshift, our DIY cake flour. Now the key is you need to whisk it up very good. Very, very good. Oh my God, I'm getting flour everywhere. All right. To the flour, we will add allspice. And for the allspice, we need 1/4 teaspoon, which this is there. Oh, I need to start the oven preheating. So the recipe says 350. I'm gonna put it down 25 degrees to 325, but knowing my oven, I'm just raising it up 5 degrees. So 20 degrees for mine. If you overmix the cake batter, you overdevelop the gluten and it becomes stodgy. What is stodgy? I don't think I've heard that word. Kind of stiff? Allspice, baking powder. All right, we need some baking powder. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And 1 teaspoon of salt. And then mix this up very good. The flour is smelling really good because of the allspice. Really good. Doxy, welcome in. Glad you could make it. Good to see you. Now the recipe does say to mix half of the flour in at a time. All right, there's the rest of the flour. Stodgy is like thicky and gloppy rather than light and airy like cake should be. Gotcha. Hope you're having a good day. I am. Thank you, Doxy. I hope you are as well. E, what is Z cooking? Me, a cake. E, for my birthday? Her birthday is in December. We'll freeze it. We'll freeze it and then we'll pull it out of the freezer for E's birthday. So, yep, like I thought, this is a pretty thick cake. There's not a lot of liquid in it. But that's about to change. Add the milk. So now we need a cup of milk. Fill it full of rum and call it a Fallout 4 Xmas cake. It'll last. Yeah, but we probably couldn't give that cake to E. Okay, that's way better consistency. That actually feels much lighter. It was very, very thick and pasty. All right, and the final ingredient that we add is Greek yogurt. And they want 3/4 of a cup of Greek yogurt. No, I read that wrong. Half a cup of Greek yogurt. Which I think that's about all that's in this container is half a cup. Yeah, that's about all there is. And try to scrape a little bit more out of here. All right, the oven is preheated. Let's get this Greek yogurt mixed in. I'm not taking a break. I forgot to turn that notification off. She slept good last night at least. Yay! They'd sleep real well. That's true, Dakota. Greatest minds think alike, which you... Oh, I hope I didn't miss something good. Let me scroll up. Oh, okay, I read it. Yep. Now I want rum baba. What is rum baba? Just FYI, it looks like an ad is about to start in a minute. It'll be 30 seconds. It's so neat. I know, right? If this was there, if this was me, there'd be stuff everywhere. Oh, there is pretty much stuff everywhere. Give it one more pass. Whoop. And that's why we're wearing an apron. Okay. Let me just wipe off the counter. We have more things to do. A lot more things to do. Because I picked one of the most difficult recipes in the cookbook, I found out. The Nuka Cola is actually a fairly easy recipe to make. But this cake is one of the most difficult cakes I think I've ever made. When I looked through all the instructions, I should have probably picked other foods to go with, but it's okay. Oh, it's all over me. It's all over my watch. Okay, let me just take off my watch. Trying to even it out as much as I can. My mom used to hate it when I cooked at home because there would literally be, I could make something simple, like a salad, and there would be stuff. Every tool, instrument, every dish in the kitchen would be dirty. And then on top of that, I was really bad at cleaning up after myself. So mom didn't like it when I cooked. But now I'm my own worst enemy. So trying to make this a little bit easier on myself. We have so much to do. This is just the tip of the iceberg. We've made the filling. We've made the cake. We still have to make the frosting and the Nuka Cola, which Nuka Cola is almost next on the list. All right, so we're gonna bake this for 30 to 40 minutes. And since we're using glass, we're gonna take it out a little sooner and check it to see if it's ready. All right, now we're gonna do some magic, some movie magic. And look at, oh my God, the cake is done. Oh my God. We already have a made cake because I stayed up till 3:30 in the morning making a second cake. Here's the one I prepared earlier. Yeah, this was Dracona's idea. This is why I'm saying that I'm going to have so much cake. Too good to us. Yeah, now you have to come to my house and eat cake. So now that we have the cake that I prepared earlier and it's nice and chilled, fully chilled, we can start the cutting process. We have to cut this now because they're thick. I don't want the cakes to be this tall. So what I gotta do is kind of cut it narrow, and then we'll stack up, we'll take them out and we'll stack those pieces. How much is a plane ticket? I have no idea. It might be more affordable for me to just ship the cake to everybody. Put it on dry ice. All right, so they say to cut it into rectangles. So before I do all that, let me just loosen it up. Oh, perfect. It didn't stick to the bottom. I was worried about that. Yeah, I can lift it out actually. Yep. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay, so we want rectangles that we can stack. So what I'm going to do is pretend that this is how far it's going to stack. So cut it about, going to cut them in the half size that I want. So that's about how high they will stack. And then they're going to be deep, so they'll be like little rectangular cakes. It should be okay. Now, you are supposed to let the cake cool to room temperature and then refrigerate the cake for at least 30 minutes so it kind of solidifies more. Oh, I did a bad cut on this one, but that's okay. And then we'll say... like, they're supposed to be little mini cakes. So I'm thinking about there. I'm probably overcutting this, but it's fine. All right. Let's pull these out. Stale cake. It's not stale cake. It was covered with saran wrap. What did you grease it with? The pan, I greased it with shortening. They say butter, but I didn't want to use more butter. It's the crumbly side will be in the middle. Yes. Okay, there's our first cake bite. Oh, those are going to be the perfect size, I think. So what I'm probably going to do is have the finished side of the cake be the bottom. Actually, I might be stacking them sideways. I don't know. We'll figure it out. At least you don't have to make the cake from the TV series. No, I meant if you sent us to us, it would be stale. Oh, yeah, yeah. If I sent it, it would probably be stale. I would have to freeze it, and then it would have to be on dry ice, and it would probably be thawed by the time it got there. So, yeah, probably wouldn't be a great idea. It's the thought that counts, right? I'm already dreading having to frost these. Oh my gosh. All right, we're gonna set this over here. Now we get to use the cream filling. I feel like I shouldn't have cut them into such small pieces. Well, no, because they have little rectangles when they're put together. Okay, so no, I did fine. It's fine. All right, so these two will be a thing. These two will be a thing. And then these ones. I do want to taste one of the cakes, but I shouldn't. I'm going to do it. I'm tasting one. It's a good yellow cake. It's sweet on its own, but not overly sweet. And you can't really taste the allspice in it, but there's like a hint of allspice to it. That's true. It's not like I don't have a spare cake baking in the oven. If it wasn't cold because of the fridge, it would be a lot fluffier instead of so cold and dense, but it's really good. Okay. Okay. All right, so the next step is to take the marshmallow filling, put it into a piping bag, which I got a reusable piping bag today. Oh my god, it's so tiny. Really? Wow. This is the smallest piping bag ever. And they say to use a round tip, so we'll use the round tip. See, how dare you, it might identify as average size. This is a very small piping bag. This is like, I mean, if you were gonna decorate the cake, I'm trying to fill the cake. I'm gonna have to fill this thing up like 100 times. Oh, I really wish I had a bigger one. Well, this is what you get when you're depending on people in the wasteland to get you the things you need. How do you even get this in there? I have an idea. Oh, this is really yummy. It doesn't really taste like marshmallow cream. Okay, that's probably all I want to try to fit in there. Oh, I think I put too much. Okay. All right, well, we're going to make a mess, but you know what? That's just what's going to happen here. How am I doing this? This is so weird. So I'm supposed to get these together. I guess put them on their side. All right, I guess that's how it's gonna You know, this would be easier to do just with like a. This would be easier to do with just a knife, I think. Maybe not. Maybe the cake would start coming apart. Use a Ziploc bag, a grocery bag. If you have a tall glass, that would work. Put it over a cup, fill it that way. It's too small to put it over a cup. I'd have to use a shot glass. I'm never making this cake again. Oh my god. If anything, I would just make it like a normal cake instead of these individual little cakes. So dramatic. I cut them into squares. They said to cut them into rectangles. I think I'm doing twice the amount of effort that I really needed to do, but it's okay. It's fine. Also, I think I'm gonna have way too much frosting or filling. I guess I won't because I can do this to the second cake. Yay! Oh, I have frosting running down my hand. I just realized. Almost done with them. The amount of filling they tell you to make is crazy because I still have a ton of it. And this is the only time you use the filling. I would cut the rest. I would cut the filling in half for sure. Like I won't have to make any more filling for the second cake because I already got it made here. All right. Ugh. How many more do I have? Maybe a small plate. Oh, wow. The recipe, like, I ended up, that one that I ate doesn't even matter because that was the extra piece. I would have gotten to the end of this and then had an extra piece to eat anyway. Last one. All right. Squeeze that back in there. Well, I have enough filling to make like 2 to 3 more batches of cake worth. So I will not have to make any more for the second cake. Now these are supposed to chill. Oh, I put them on a plate that won't fit in the freezer. Supposed to technically chill these for like 30 minutes or something. I think is what it says. Whoop. We're gonna speed chill them in the freezer. If I was doing this again, I would not cut them into squares. I would just make them bigger and do them into big rectangles to frost because it would be half the work. But that's okay. The filling is actually really good. I could like just eat the filling. It's quite tasty. And there's definitely enough filling to fill the other cake, so I will not have to make this again, yay! Seriously, that filling is evil. It's that good. You know, if you really do have too much cake, you can always take some to a shelter. That's true. That's true. Chill time. Speaking of chill, I miss Chili. Yeah, he was here earlier, but he wasn't able to stay for the stream. But he did check in earlier. Need my green bean. All right, I'm gonna put some saran wrap on this, put it back in the fridge, and then I will have another cake to frost later. Tell you what, though, I'm probably not cutting it into all these little pieces, though. All right. Let me clear off the counter because there's cake all over the counter now. Oh, no, and frosting in the cake. Ugh. And then we're going to start making Nuka Cola. All right. Onward to Nuka Cola. While we wait for the cakes to chill. Oh yeah, they actually say to put the marshmallow filling between the cakes and then refrigerate again for at least 2 hours. So that's why we're using the freezer. And now to the Nuka Cola. I have notes because there's some specific things I have to do. All right. So for Nuka Cola, you need to have 2 cups water, 3 cups sugar, zest and juice of half an orange, zest and juice of half a lime. Ew. I cut myself on when I was cleaning the scoop. was wondering why it was stinging. Dang it. Gonna grab a Band-Aid. How many did you I got the cake baking. I made the filling, and I've already cut and filled the second cake. Now I'm moving on to the Nuka Cola. Looking for our Band-Aids, because I cut myself when I was just a little cut, but when I was cleaning the scoop, I guess the scoop is pretty sharp, and I cut myself right there. So, yo, I'm dying. Only have like an hour to live. Yeah, Baba. It's okay. I forgot I'm not muted. Hello, chat. Brought Viz of water. Don't forget the cake in the oven. If it's still there, it is still in the oven. I do have a timer on the stove. It's got 5 more minutes. All right, so to make the Nuka Cola, zest and juice, half an orange, half a lime, half a lemon, a cinnamon stick, 3 cardamom pods, half a teaspoon coriander seed, 2 star anise, a 1/4 cup browning sauce, and 1 teaspoon vanilla extract. So I have half an orange, half a lime, half a lemon. Ready to go. Guess we'll start with the lime. And I have this cute little zester. It's so tiny. It's a little cheese grater, mini cheese grater, but you can use it for like zesting or cutting a small amount of cheese. So we gotta zest the lime. Being careful not to cut yourself while zesting. It's easier if you do this with a whole lime, but I have a half. I thought it would be easier to just do it this way. I don't know why. Sometimes I get bad ideas. Sometimes I get ideas and I'm like, oh, this is a great idea. And then when it comes to actually do the idea, it's like, oh, that was not the best idea. All right. All right, got the lime zested. Just gonna juice this right into the pot, which I don't know why I didn't just zest over the pot. Oh my gosh, no. This has to be separated. Where's my 1/3 cup? In total, you end up with about 1/3 cup of juice, which now I kind of messed up. Hey, if you're not messing up, are you really streaming? Like, if something ain't broke, or if you're not screwing up shout outs. All right, juiced. I had this backwards. The zest goes into the pot. What is browning sauce? Browning sauce is kind of like a concentrated stock of sorts. Kind of like a let's see, vegetable base, celery, cabbage, onion, parsley, turnips, parsnips, caramel color. There's some spices, salt, and it's kind of like a concentrated brown stock that you use for your gravies, or for making gravies or soups or stews, and it will help give it much more brown color. So a lot of the times when you make a gravy, it might look more gray, and if you want it to look more brown, you want to add a little browning sauce to it. All right, I'm gonna check the cake that we put in the oven. And it is not even close to done yet. Nope. I can tell just by looking at it. Gonna reduce the heat a little bit and give it 10 more minutes. Now the other cake did take a while. It took much more time because I'm cooking it in glass, and you're supposed to reduce the temperature so it doesn't brown too quickly. So it doesn't burn the sides basically. And last night it probably took close to an hour, and the recipe says it takes 30 to 40 minutes. So if you're using glass, it's gonna be a different time frame. Okay, zesting the lemon. Gotta love a struggle stream. Exactly. Summit went beep. Yeah, glass conducts heat weirdly. It does. If you have the temperature too high, it'll burn things. And they always say to reduce the temperature when baking in glass by 25 degrees. But what I find happens is you end up having to bake it longer. I've tried banana bread. I usually bake in glass. My bread pan is glass. Most of my pans are glass. Why? I don't know. Oh, the citrus smell from all the zest. It smells so good. Now to juice the lemon. I don't have a normal juicer, so I have to use this little hand press juicer. And it doesn't really get all the juice, so I'm having to wring it out pretty good. Oh, the cake smells good. Wait, where's my timer? Okay. Julie, welcome back. Thank you for the hydrate. I do have a water here, actually. So far, we have a cake baking in the oven. We've made the filling. We had a second cake that I made last night, and we cut that cake and we added the filling, and now that's chilling. Now we are on to making the Nuka Cola. The beep noise was the timer. Yes. I just checked the timer and because it wasn't showing me the actual time on it. So now this is way too big for my little juicer thing. So after I zest it, I'm going to cut it into about thirds to juice it. I almost bought a juicer, like a little hand juicer, and for the kind that you like take the orange and you squeeze it like this over it. Instead, I'm just using this one, which like I think bartenders use one like this. Ugh. Now the smell of orange peel is not as delicious smelling as the lemon or the lime for some reason. I don't know why. It just smells much more pungent. All right. Orange is zested. Now to juice the orange. All right, so we have almost a third of a cup. Not quite, so I'm just gonna add a tiny bit of water to top it off. And then we're setting this aside. All right, so we have juiced the orange, the lemon, and the lime. This is a lot of citrus. It's only from half a lemon, a lime, and an orange, but half. Half an orange, half a lime, half a lemon. But yeah, it is going to be a lot of citrus. But when you see the amount of sugar that we're going to be putting into it, it's making a syrup. And then you're going to, basically you make this concentrated sugar syrup or like a simple syrup for the Nuka Cola. When it's ready, you take like 5 to 7 tablespoons of it and add club soda to it. And then you have your soda. You love acid? It's going to be super tasty. I hope so. My favorite acid is hydrofluoric. What thing has hydrofluoric acid? I'm curious. There was a Dr. Stone episode about that. What is hydrofluoric acid? All I can think of is like water and fluoride. All right, let's see how the cake is doing. It's almost there. I imagine it's not quite done yet. Yeah, it's not quite done. A little bit more time. So we're gonna give it maybe another 5 or so minutes. And we'll check it again. It's almost finished. You want the toothpick to come out clean. All right, so I'm gonna also measure the browning sauce and set that aside. Which for the browning sauce, we're going to want a 1/4 cup, which I believe is gonna be the rest of this bottle. And I'll show you, it's just a very thick, concentrated brown syrup. I'm told, I don't want to taste it, but from what I've been told or read, oh, there's actually a little bit left in the bottle. It has a slightly sweet flavor. So if you add it to a gravy, it kind of adds a more robust color and just an ever so faintly sweet flavor. I don't know how it's got anything sweet in it, but. All right, setting that aside. Let's move the mixer so I don't mess those up. Because I will need the mixer for the frosting on the cake. You don't use it a lot just because the fumes from it causes corrosion bad enough to corrode a glass. Whoa. Oh, sour candies. Okay. Hydrogen fluoride dissolved in water. So you're not wrong. Oh, cool. Wow. Look at me. I'm a scientist. All right. So to the orange, lemon, and lime zest, we're going to add 3 cups of sugar. Now, apparently, when you make this, you can freeze it, but it will keep in your fridge for up to 2 weeks. So I'm gonna be it'll probably be gone in 2 weeks. If it's good, it'll be gone in 2 weeks. If it's gross, it will be getting thrown away. All right, I think we're mostly done with the sugar. Let me look. Yes, we're done with the sugar. Okay. 3 cups of sugar, 2 cups of water, one cinnamon stick, 3 cardamom pods, half a teaspoon coriander seed, 2 star anise, quarter cup browning sauce, teaspoon vanilla. Okay. Gotta have the vanilla out so I remember to do that later. And that is a teaspoon. All right, so we're going to add now to the water, sugar, and the zest, we're going to add cardamom, coriander, and star anise. So I could not, this is the star anise. They're like little stars. I have roasted ground coriander. So instead of coriander seed, you have to adjust the amount. So basically, it calls for half a teaspoon of coriander seed. I want to use a quarter of a teaspoon of actual coriander powder. And then for cardamom, I could not get cardamom pods. So basically, it calls for It calls for 3 cardamom pods. And oh shoot, hold on. Gotta check the cake. Basically, I don't have cardamom pods. I Googled and it said that you want to use a certain amount. Okay, the cake is almost finished. Maybe like 3 more minutes and it should be done, I think. So I don't remember what the measurement was for 1 cardamom pod. You use so much, but I Googled it, and for 3 cardamom pods, I want to use 1/6 of a teaspoon of ground cardamom. I've made simple syrup before. Make candied peanuts. Oh, candied peanuts are so yummy. Zoom, zoom. I made caramelized ginseng once. That was interesting. Ginseng made my stomach hurt real bad. Isn't coriander cilantro? No. Or if it is, no, I don't think so. But it's seeds. It's from seeds, so maybe? I don't know. Google it. I want to know. I'm about to go out, eat outside with the raccoons. Cool. Cardamom is usually at Asian stores. Ah. It is. Okay, so it's the seeds of cilantro plants? Coriander is what we call cilantro over here in the UK. Because cilantro tastes completely different than coriander. Like, this doesn't even smell like it. It smells very different. It's coriander seeds have a very nutty flavor. Yeah, the leaves and the seeds have a very different flavor. The leaves are really, cilantro leaves are very fresh tasting, but the coriander seed is very nutty tasting. Okay, so I have 1/8 of a teaspoon and 1/4 of a teaspoon. So I need to use 1/6 of a teaspoon of, which one? Cardamom. So I'm gonna try to get that about where it should be. And then For the coriander, I need half of the amount of coriander since I'm not using seeds. So it calls for a half a teaspoon, so I need a quarter of a teaspoon since I have ground coriander. And mine is roasted, so it'll really bring the nutty flavor. Oh, I forgot the cinnamon sticks. All right, I'm gonna check the cake real quick. All right, our cake is done. I mean, my second cake is done. We're gonna let that cool. All right. Now we need a whole cinnamon stick and 2 star anise. See, they look like little stars. And they smell really good. All right. Now we're gonna whisk this up a little bit to get the sugar kind of help it dissolve with the water. So what we have in here is lemon zest, lime zest, orange zest, sugar, water, 1 cinnamon stick, cardamom, coriander, and 2 star anise. Bring this over to the stove and bring it to a boil on medium-high heat. All right, let's check the cakes. All right, the cakes are chilling. The only part left to do on the cakes is to actually frost the cakes. And that will be using vanilla melting wafers and shortening. So if you've ever had like white chocolate pretzels or those pretzels at Christmas that look like they're dipped in white chocolate, they're probably dipped in this. It's vanilla melting wafer, and they even show them. So it takes 24 ounces of these, and these are 10-ounce bags. So I had to buy, how many bags do I have? Oh yeah, I had to buy 3 bags so I could get 24 ounces, and then I had to buy more for the second cake. So this on the stove, the sugar is starting to finally dissolve. It's starting to heat up. We're going to bring this to a boil. And then once it comes to a boil, we're going to simmer it for 10 minutes. It really just smells very citrusy. You don't really smell anything else in there yet, but it smells very citrusy. So while we're doing, let's see, making the Nuka Cola, we still have to frost the cakes, drink cola, eat cake. I guess we should start maybe with the cakes. Start the frosting. So basically I gotta melt 24 ounces of the white vanilla candy melts with 4 tablespoons of shortening. Then we're gonna dip all the sides of the cakes in that frosting. You're gonna do all sides but the ends, the top and the bottom, completely covered, then place on a cake. Repeat until all the cakes are covered. Allow the sides to harden of the cake to harden a bit. Once hardened, then you're gonna dip the tops of the cakes. I wonder why not the bottoms? Just the tops. Be careful with it, it's easy to burn the syrup. Oh yeah, we're just gonna bring it to a boil. And it's not there yet. So, let me get a sheet pan out. So you put your sheet pan with your cooling racks on top. We're going to put the cakes on here once we've dipped them in all this chocolate stuff. I got to find a microwave safe container. Use glass, I guess. But it's gonna need to be big enough. This might work. That's not big enough. Where is my long pan? Is it dirty? Oh, but that's not deep enough. Yeah, okay, I guess we're gonna use this pan, this container. We're still not boiling. It's starting to smell a little bit more fragrant and not just citrusy. You're starting to get a little hints of the anise and the cinnamon and the other spices. Oh my God, this is so much sugar. Now I'm gonna get my scale because I need just 4 more ounces. I haven't used it in a while. It's covered in dust. Okay, there's 4 ounces. I'm going to taste one of these because I want to know what they taste like. Yeah, to me these taste like white chocolate or something. Actually, I'm going to put these in the fridge so they don't melt in the cabinet. I don't know if they would, but it gets hot above the stove sometimes. Still not boiling, but we're getting close. I can hear it. Yeah. Okay. Viz is going to prepare us a bowl of cereal.
Yes.
We got the honey oat blenders in our porcelain bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Watch as he carefully pours them into the bowl. And then to top it off, he will finish with a touch of milk.
Guys, that only comes with just years of expertise.
Years of expertise.
Years of pouring bowls of cereal.
Wow, I'm learning how to cook.
Yeah.
Oh, here, let me. I love your cooking streams. It feels like we're hanging out. I love it too. You're in my house. We just cooking. I'd love to play Genshin with you guys, but different servers. Aw, maybe we'll start characters on your server, Blue. Hello, Zombie. College meal tutorial. Later, we will show you how to make ramen. All right. So this is a ton of vanilla melting wafers, candies, or whatever they are. Actually, I don't know. And then it says to add 4 tablespoons of shortening. They look like the communion bread. They totally do. Gotta be lactose-free milk, you know, or else. Unless you got those delicious pills. Formatted my drives and reinstalled Windows. Finally back to functional. Oh, man. Were you having problems with your computer, Sombre? Oh, wait, I mean the proper soup with eggs and cherry. All right, we need 4 tablespoons of shortening. And I don't use like the shortening, animal shortening. I just use the vegetable shortening. This is Crisco all vegetable shortening. You could use lard if you happen to have lard in your house for some reason. I don't know. Lard always grossed me out. Even when I was a kid and my parents were using lard, it grossed me out. That's why I always make sure it's vegetable shortening. Who has lard anyway in the wasteland, you know? I mean, you could render some fat down from other vault dwellers or from maybe a death claw. Maybe a super mutant. Add a little extra flavor and radiation to your dish. Okay, we're almost to a boil. And the citrusy aroma and all the spices is really starting to permeate the kitchen. All right, we are about to a boil. Let me just give it a stir and then see where we're at. All right, gonna lower the heat to low. And then add 10 minutes on the clock. So now that that's got 10 minutes, we're gonna start heating up the frosting for the cakes. Not sure I'd want Fallout 4 shortening. Yeah, exactly, right? Oh, lard. He just asked if lard is what they call Jesus. Oh my God, I'm leaving. Oh boy. In the name of the Lord. That might be how they say it in southern states, maybe like Alabama, Mississippi, I don't know. Okay, so to heat all this mess here, we're going to, where does it say? Heat in a microwave to melt, so we're going to add some radiation to it. Do this in 30-second intervals and mix in between each heating. Repeat until smooth. So I'm just going to stick this in the oven. I'll deal with it later. All right, I'm going to pull the cakes out of the freezer. You're supposed to chill them for about 2 hours in the fridge, but I chose to speed freeze them to put them in the freezer to speed chill them. Oh wait, I don't need to take them off the pan yet. And then we have these 4 as well. So these are our Fancy Lad cakes with the frosting inside, in between the 2 pieces. Now that they're nice and cold and frozen, when I go to dip them in the frosting, they won't come apart. Why do I not have? Oh, I do have wax paper. They say to grease the pan underneath. I'm just gonna use some wax paper. All right, so that was 30 seconds. I'm gonna stir this up a little bit. Nothing's really very melted yet. Looks like you're making Hostess cakes. It kind of does, right? Why is my chat not letting me scroll? Okay, hold on. Oh, it won't let me scroll. Why? Oh, there we go. Does Fallout 76 have chickens? You know, I don't think I've ever seen chickens. I think they're all dead. I'm trying to think if they have other farm animals, but I think it's just Brahmin. Yeah, I think Brahmin are the main ones. There's like a lot of other mutated creatures, but I haven't seen chickens. Look at all those chickens. I need a sweet now. Frosting is such a weird word to me. We always say icing. Yeah, icing or frosting. Either way. If you fried them, they could be festival food. Ooh. Always icing for me. Me is weird. You're not weird, Blue. Yep, icing. I've always said both. I will say either ones. It just depends. Interchangeable for sure. Although what he's making at the moment is more of a ganache. Can Express post the cake to Australia? We can try. We can try. If you get Callie, I'm a visit. I wonder what Brahmin lard tastes like. Ooh, I don't know if I want to know. They should have chickens. Those things are evil. They would survive. Yeah, like a chicken mutated into like a... If anything, they would be bigger. They would be much bigger. I know there's squirrels in Fallout 76, or mutated squirrels, mutated opossums. What else is there in 76? There are cats and dogs. Somehow they look normal and they're not mutated for some reason. Probably because they came out of the vault. That's my assumption. Lobsters turned into mirelurks. I don't know what a death claw would have been. There are bears in Fallout 76. There's mutated bears. There are mutated dogs and mutated wolves in 76. Okay, this is starting to get very melty, but there's still a lot of chunks. We got 4 minutes on the Nuka Cola. Fallout Down Under would be a fun game. Oh yeah, let's go. Turkeys. You know what? There might actually be, I think there's turkeys in the new biome in Fallout 76. They are crazy. Rad roaches probably fought the chickens for survival. What's a cassowary? The Emu Wars. Is that real or is it a joke? Oh my gosh. We don't talk about Emu War. It actually was real. Oh my god. Cassowaries would be the new death claws. Wouldn't even need to mutate. A giant mutated cassowary. Bin chickens would do just fine. Cassowary is a basically proof dinosaurs existed. Oh my gosh. 2 minutes on the Nuka Cola. This is almost melted. Give it a really good stir because I see there's still a few little chunks left. Okay, now that we have a minute left on the, I'm gonna let the icing, or the ganache, or the frosting, or whatever we want to call it. I'm gonna let that sit in the microwave for a little bit because we're gonna have to deal with the Nuka Cola. Ah! So over here to the side, I have my browning sauce, the orange, lemon, and lime juice, and the vanilla. But we're going to have to filter the simple syrup. So I have a tea towel to strain out all the debris. All right. I'll do this over here so you can see. All right, so now we're straining out all the peel and the extra zest, all the stuff. Oh, I set the bowl down on half of the tea towel. This isn't ideal. This is like boiling hot. All right, there we go. I will deal with this cloth later. It is a sticky mess, so we're gonna just stick that in the pot with the sticky pot, a whole bunch of soap, and a whole bunch of hot water. All right. Now, how did I do this? How would I? Okay, I need this. This is where you gotta be really careful. Because this shit is hot. All right, into that bowl with you. Now I did spill over the side a little bit. And this is very sticky. All right, so you'll notice that our simple syrup, this doesn't look like Nuka Cola. It looks like pea. So this is where the rest of it comes into play. We're gonna make it look brown with the browning sauce. Gonna add our citrus juice and just strain out the pulp. And then a teaspoon of vanilla. I'm going to give that a very gentle whisk. And that is our Nuka Cola syrup. Our Nuka Cola simple syrup. Now, the thing about this is it's obviously boiling hot. It says in the book to let this sit for 12 hours in the refrigerator. Once it has came to room temperature, then you put it in the refrigerator for 12 hours. Now, because your host today was up till 3:30 in the morning cooking, we already have Nuka Cola syrup that's been chilling for 12 hours in the fridge. And I actually feel like a nice cold beverage. But I'm gonna wait until we have these cakes done and stick with my water for right at this moment. Yes, so I stayed up late last night. I prepared a second cake so we could do this all on stream. I prepared a second whole batch. So yeah, a total of, let's see, 6, 7, 8, almost 9 cups of sugar, not counting the confectioner's sugar. I had to buy more sugar, obviously. All right, I'm gonna give this about 30 more seconds to heat up the icing. And then we're gonna start dipping these because they need to be dipped so we can finish them and so I can eat one. Gonna give it about 20 seconds this time because I think it's about melted. It is. All right. 2 more steps to these fancy lag cakes and we'll be done with them. Now we have to carefully dip all sides, or just the wide side parts at the moment. I don't know. Something like that, I guess. This is how I think it's probably easiest. Anybody feel like they've contracted diabetes just from watching this stream? If you haven't yet, you will by the end. Oh, thank you for the bits. Blue, thank you. I didn't hear the notification, but I just saw something about bits. Thank you so much. Hugs and hearts. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. It's because of y'all that I do crazy shit like this. It's like, I wouldn't be I love streaming. I love hanging out with you all. And the money that I do, the little bit of money that I do make from this stream, it goes right back into the stream. It's so I can do crazy experiments like this. Like, let me tell you, I had to buy a lot of stuff to make this happen. I appreciate you all. I love that you just want to hang out and chill with me most of the time. And if you can sub or if you can share bits, it's just the world. Like, I never expect that. I really started streaming so I could socialize with people. I'm disabled. I don't work. I can't work. I sit at home all day. And I don't socialize. So because of y'all, I socialize and I get to do some of my favorite things. I get to play some of my favorite games. I get to do one of my favorite hobbies, which is cooking. I love cooking. And I get to share. I wish I could share the end result with you all. I totally did these wrong. I see that now. Because the way they cut their cake in half, there's a line of frosting. Well, you would have to cut these cakes like length, like the long ways to get the line of frosting. But it's whatever. I made fancy lad cakes. There's Z's version of fancy lad cakes. They really should have showed a picture of how to cut them because I didn't really fully understand how I was cutting them. Last one. We love you, Z. So what you're saying? More money is more crazy? No. I'm just saying it allows me to be able to be a little more adventurous with certain things, or maybe get cool lights for my room, or play new games that I wouldn't normally get to play. Things like that. This being organized and out together is so impressive. Oh, my new favorite cooking show. Thank you. I started streaming for Company 2 when Drac was in the hospital in 22. Yeah, see? What are you going to do with all that cake? I don't know. You made thick boy cakes. Yeah, I sure did. It's square, has the right components, and they're decorated. Good enough for me. See, like, this is what they were supposed... Like, I feel like... Oh, I see what I did. I should have had 2 rectangular sandwich pieces to put together. Instead, I cut them in squares and put them together. Because I was looking at the picture and I'm like, how do I do this? And the only thing I could think was to cut them this way. I needed to cut them much thinner so I could stack them lengthwise. So I made too many cuts. I made squares instead of rectangles. That's the problem. All right, so we're gonna put the rest of this frost icing back in the microwave for a minute. These need to harden a little bit. So we're gonna let those rest, and we're gonna make a glass of Nuka Cola. Wait, where are my cups? Tablespoons. Like, it's got all the components to be the fancy lag cakes. It's just I cut them in the wrong shape. They were supposed to be this shape in the end. Instead of cutting down the center, I should have cut them this way so they could stack. But I have a whole nother cake on the stove, so I can totally try it. Because we still have this cake. All right. Nuka Cola syrup. Oh my gosh. It kind of smells like a Coca-Cola. The smell is very reminiscent of like smelling a Coke. Okay, so they say 5 to 7 tablespoons of it. So I'm gonna use 1/3 of a cup, which is 5 tablespoons. Oh my god. We still have a plate of cakes to ice. I thought I was done. Not even close. Oh, that's why you're supposed to grease the pan, because the frosting all came off on the bottom. Okay, it's already almost firm. All right, I'm learning what not to do and what to do. This is so much frosting anyway that I'm not gonna frost the ends. There's already so much sugar here. And I don't know that I have enough to dip the ends. But you know what, before I do that, I'm gonna finish making this Nuka Cola. You love mason jars? Oh god! This club soda is very fizzy. Sending me a jar of Nuka Cola. I'd probably eat until I was full, have no shame until the morning. I cut off the sides, level the top if you can, and then dop it in half dipwise. Whoopsie. That's why you don't do the bottom. I didn't understand what I was doing. Now I get it. I'm like, I understand now that I've done it. I'm like, oh, I did everything wrong. Okay. All right, club soda. They say a cup of club soda. Fizzed up just like I poured a Coke. Give it just a gentle stir. And then some ice. Yeah, like I'm gonna run out of frosting for doing the sides of the cakes. But the sides are like just tiny little squares, so most of the cake will be frosted, so it's not really that big of a deal. All right. We're gonna let these sit in the ice for a little bit, just to get nice and cold. Oh my god, I'm excited. All right, let's frost the last 4 of these little cakes. Why? Oh, I didn't turn off the burner. I thought there was a lot of heat in here. Yeah, there's probably enough icing to do these last 4. All right, we'll dip 3 sides instead. Actually, we'll dip these ones all the way. We'll do all but one side. All right, I'm not going to do this side. Oh, that's why you got to dip the top, because your finger will... You got to re-dip the tops because you have to pick them out of the stuff still. Oh my god, this is so messy. So messy. Okay, that is a new one. Last one. There is not enough frosting to re-dip these, but if I were to do so, I would just dip the ends, which I guess I can do some of the ends. There's enough to do some of the ends. We'll just use it up. If I wouldn't have wasted the frosting on trying to dip all sides of it, that would have saved some of the frosting. Getting down to the bottom. This way we at least did most of them properly. I think those are the ones I just did. All right, you know what? That's good enough for me. Oh my goodness, we got raided. Why am I not getting any notifications? Hello, welcome in, raiders. Nacho Burrito. Were you making nacho burritos? Oh, welcome in, welcome in. Sorry I missed the raid here. Oh my goodness. There's a bunch of you. Welcome. We are just finishing up a party of 48. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. Here, let me get on camera. I am I am zeroed in. I am a variety streamer. I like to play a variety of different games. I like RPGs, MMOs. If there's difficulty settings, I usually play them on the easier settings because I'm a cozy gamer. I also like to do cooking streams. I've done drag streams. Today we've made Nuka Cola. We made Nuka Cola and we made Fancy Lad cakes. So welcome in, raiders. So good to see all of you. Thank you all. Also, if you have to raid and run, feel free. Let me give you. Can one of my moderators give Nacho Burrito a shout out? Welcome in. What were you doing? Were you doing a cooking stream? Or here, let me give you a follow back. If we don't raid, Nacho beats us. If we don't raid. Hello, welcome in, everybody. I was so busy concentrated on frosting these Fancy Lad cakes. Locked in the frosting zone. Yes. Another settlement is getting raided. Oh no! Hopefully it's not us. You were making some picnic food. Oh my God, you do cooking streams. How awesome. Here, let me just look at your channel real quick. Did somebody get a shout out for Nacho Burrito, please, if you haven't already? Is that what you primarily do, is cooking streams? Do you also play games or just I'm looking at your channel trying to. Welcome in, everybody. I will have to, hopefully I can catch you sometime. I would love to see your stream. Sorry, everything is a little bit awkward because of the cooking. I'm not taking that break, don't worry. I must ask, what are the cube thingies you're frosting? These are Fancy Lad cakes from Fallout. So they are supposed to look similar to this. And they are a food in the Fallout franchise. And then the other thing we made was Nuka Cola, which is like basically Fallout's version of Coca-Cola. So I'm about to taste it. I haven't tasted it yet. Oh my God, it's actually really good. It actually tastes kind of like a Coke. Yeah, it's really, really good. I can't believe how much I like the Nuka Cola. And these are just little cakes with a like marshmallow cream filling and then a vanilla, kind of like a chocolatey, almost like a vanilla chocolate frosting on the outside. Thank you for the follows, by the way. Thank you so much. Oh, Callie, thank you for the gifted sub to Nacho Burrito. I'm scrolling, I'm sorry, I'm on a laptop and the screen is so small. Thank you for giving Nacho a shout out, I appreciate it. Welcome to our little chaos group. It's true. Cooking and co-working, that's awesome. I will definitely come hang out in your channel sometime. What can you give more, Witchy? I don't understand. I must have missed something. W mod, yes! What have I missed? I've missed something. Viz, come get. Oh, Viz! Come try the Nuka Cola, baby. It's really yummy. It tastes like a Coke almost. All right, we got Viz coming. He's gonna try his Coke. Huh? Oh yeah, yeah. It's just club soda and it's not like super fizzy. It's almost more like a Pepsi. All right, Viz is on the way. Time for chat to eat. Yes, because we have all these made, all these cakes made. And I have a whole second cake that I have to do this to. But I'm not doing it on stream.
Okay.
All right, come over here so they can see you. Cheers.
Yeah, not bad.
Right? Maybe a little more club soda in it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
But it's pretty good, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Surprising because everything that's in it, it's like lime zest, lemon zest, orange lemon lime juice, browning sauce, vanilla, sugar and water. So it's an interesting combination. Shall we try a cake?
Oh my goodness.
Do you want to try a cake?
Yeah, sure.
Look at how pretty they look. Oh, this one didn't get frosted on the edges.
Cut me a little bite.
Just the bottoms aren't frosted, but you can see there's the filling. Here, let me get a plate. We'll cut it lengthwise so you get some of the filling.
What up, Chili? What up, Witchy? What up, Callie?
We got rated too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Nacho Burrito rated us with about 48 people.
I love Nacho Burrito.
Yeah,
I don't know them, but I love Nacho Burritos, so I would probably love them.
All right, we're trying the cake.
I'm pretty yummy.
I like the filling. I wish there was more filling. If I would have made them properly, the right direction, I cut squares instead of rectangles to form a rectangle. I was supposed to cut rectangles and then stack the rectangles, and then the frosting would have been all the way through. Instead, it's only in the center.
Oh, I think it's okay. The frosting's all over it, so.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely food for the wasteland. Everyone's like, Viz. This has been the best cooking stream. Yay! Let me get my passport. I'm coming for one of the cakes. Please do. I have way too many of them. I'm so glad you all enjoyed. You guys are so cute. Thank you. Cuties. Surprisingly easy to make. They look like zebra cakes. They really do. I could have just bought zebra cakes and you would have never known the difference, right? Which he says, Viz, my love. He says he loves you too. Y'all are so lucky. Viz streams are rare. Yes, to get to see Viz is pretty rare. Almost as rare as the chair stream. Actually, the chair stream is becoming quite popular. You have another cake to try again? True, exactly. Here, let me snooze the incoming ads. Oh god. Oh no, I don't have a snooze button. Oh no. I'm sorry, they're only 30 seconds. There's gonna be 30 seconds ads. Oh wait, I can snooze it right here. Yay. Alright. Alright, I am finally caught up. This has been such an amazing stream. I'm so glad you liked it. I'm so glad you all were here for it. I got to try my favorite, like, it's from the official Fallout cookbook. I have my Fallout apron. I got to make Fallout food, Fallout cola. I love Fallout, the game, the franchise. It's so good. It's really so fun. You're doing a happy little wiggle. Well, now that we're finished, yeah, if I would have made these right, the filling is really good. And if the filling went lengthwise, it would be so much better. But I guess it's something to look forward to in the center of the cake. Like, as you get halfway through the cake, it gets even more delicious. Oh, all right, chat, take a bite. Here's your cakes. Send. Here, y'all can take a sip. All right. Well, shall we move this train forward? Let me see if I can figure out how to raid on this computer. I don't know if I've ever raided off on this computer. Okay, I gotta pull up Twitch for it. Thank you so much for the raid, Nacho Burrito. Thank you, Raiders. Welcome into my stream. I'm so glad you got to see the final product of 3 hours of cooking and creation. You got to see the best part where we got to actually try it. So thank you so much. Hugs and hearts to all of you. I love you all. We're going to find somebody cute to pass the love on to. Yeah, eat all the cake, right? A pleasure. We only got the end, but it looks so yummy. Yes, yes. And you got to see the best part, you know? So now I'm going to go into my sugar coma. Well done. Thank you so much. Immaculate energy as well. I try. Sometimes I have when I'm gaming, sometimes I have a VTube avatar. Sometimes I'm on camera. It just depends on how I'm feeling. But obviously for cooking streams, I don't really have another choice. Oh yeah, if anybody does want to join the Discord, you're welcome to join it. I will have to give you permissions once I get off stream. Excuse me, the soda is a bit fizzy. All right, I'm going to minimize this window. All right, wait, before I minimize that, let me put the raid command in chat. If you do want to raid over with us, you're welcome to. We're going to try to find another cooking stream to raid into. You can copy my little raid message there if you would like to follow along. Again, hugs and hearts. Thank you so much for the raid, Nacho. And thank you so much for the follows. Thank you to all my followers who were here for the whole cooking stream. I appreciate it so much. It's because of you that I do things like this. So this is the longest cooking stream I've had thus far. So thank you again from the bottom of my heart. And we are going to raid out. So I'm going to switch screens here. And as soon as we get over, I'm going to see who I can find. And once we get over, feel free to paste that message into chat. Oh, this is so much more difficult on this computer. We're making it work. We're doing it though. Stream raid channel Same category. All right, let's see. We have Pokemon Bake. Ooh. You know what? I think I found someone make. Oh, nope, they went offline. Never mind. Oh, here we go. Okay, somebody is making blueberry cobbler and decorating for fall. I wonder if they already made the cobbler. Who else do we have? Let me just look through. I'll find us somebody good. Oh, here we go. Maybe this one. What are they making? Oh, I can't read it. It's not in English. Okay. All right, I think we're going to raid out to, as soon as I find the person again. Okay, they're making a blueberry cobbler and decorating for fall. Their name is burnt_rye. It looks like their tags are English, chill, thick, LGBTQIA, rubier, and forehead. All right, and it looks like they are working on the decorating portion of their stream. So let's go say hello. Thanks again, all. I will talk to you later. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I'll probably be streaming tomorrow. Probably more WoW or maybe Fallout or who knows. All right, here we go.